But anyways, so we just finished watching State of the Game for PvP in the Dark Zone, which we were all hoping it was gonna, give us information on things we want to hear. So they're adding 2 new events to the Dark Zone. I don't know. I'm not sure if they said it's ODZ or just all the Dark Zones. But the first event is there's going to be a random supply drop that comes down, and it's going to be just 1 supply drop. Now, I don't think they specified what kind of loot you get from that 1 supply drop, but it's going to land in a landmark, I believe. So that way, all the players that are in the map at the moment or in the Dark Zone all go to that 1 supply drop, since it's the only one in the map. Now, unless the stuff that's in that supply drop is worth it, no one's gonna go for it unless they're farmers. You tell me who's gonna take time to go run after a supply drop if it doesn't have anything good. I mean, if you're looking for, I guess, to fight people, then yes, you can use it to find people by it. So, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it. It sounds fine to me. Both of the events they're adding more NPCs to the Dark Zone. And there's already a shit ton. There's a bunch of patrols that do nothing but get in the way of you trying to fight people.
But we're also adding some events in too to help pull players together. So now there is a supply drop that can go in the ODZ, but it's a little special. It's only 1 supply drop at a time, so it's going to be hotly contested, and it's only protected by Black Tusk bosses. So it's a really different experience. It's kind of, that ultimate challenge, and also kind of the ultimate dinner bell to get some players PvPing.
Mm-hmm.
Now the second event is when you're extracting, there's a chance at random that instead of a friendly helicopter pulling up, they gonna bring in like 10 Black Tusk yellows on your head. Again, that's adding more NPCs.
So you said ambushes. What does that mean? Like, do I get ambushed by
Yeah,
players?
right.
Are you coming personally to my place and ambush me, or?
One thing we've always talked about in the studio ever since we added those Black Tusk choppers that are patrolling the ODZ. It's been like, man, don't they see your flare going off? Why aren't they coming in here and messing with us? So now there's a low percentage chance. It's it's very, very low. It's not going to happen to you most of the time. Maybe once a night, maybe once a week. But there's a chance that when you pop your flare, one of those helicopters sees it, and before your chopper can get there, the Black Tusks are going to invade, and you can decide, do I want to stick around, maybe get some more loot to put on the chopper, or is this maybe not the best moment for me to do this? Maybe I adjust my plan, maybe I flee and go to the other extraction. So it's just another one of those things that kind of keeps you on your toes, makes the space feel really alive, and leads to some cool moments.
The next thing they were talked about was Conflict. Yay! You remember that game mode? It was fun when it first came out. So for Conflict, they're going to give you a reward, because apparently people don't care about the rewards you get from Conflict anymore. Like there's really no point of going into Conflict, so why would you? Like I said, guys, I'm all for them adding new content, but is any of this content really going to bring people into the game? You know what I mean? One thing that does sound interesting is that new game mode they brought out, and I'm hoping that maybe the tryhard clans that used to play Conflict when Conflict was fun maybe go back and try that new so the game mode they added is called Team Elimination, which I'm pretty sure is like Search and Destroy. You get 1 life, all 4 of your teammates get eliminated, then that's the round. Pretty simple. Sounds fun though. That makes you play more cautious because you only got 1 life. At least we hope, because game modes like that could become a camp fest.
So, there were 3 rewards, right, that you could get out of Conflict. There was, hey, I won the match, I ranked up, or I got a new high score. So we've got rid of the reward associated with that, and we've just added a much more basic but much more rewarding match complete reward. So now anyone who plays, regardless of winning or losing, is gonna get something for their time investment for playing.
You gotta stay.
You gotta finish. You gotta finish. You gotta
Yeah.
stick around.
Yeah.
But it definitely makes the experience a lot more rewarding and more on par with it. Short, it's quick, it's snappy.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where we're at.
You got 10 minutes, right?
Yeah. Everyone has 10 minutes.
Yeah.
All right.
Go.
So we are adding team elimination, round-based team elimination, more hardcore, 1 life to live. It's a best of 7 rounds. Whoever gets the most wins. It's just a more hardcore experience, a more tactical experience. You really have to work with your team.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, I forgot. Anyways, they're also taking out normalization, which is interesting to me, because somebody in the chat said something that made a lot of sense. Because if you look right now, My build is $499. It's not 500 because 500 gear score pieces aren't the best. They said that once you hit gear score 500 and your gear's already, you know, rolled and good to go, your normalization disappears. So even if you're in the other dark zones, you won't be normalized. You'll have, you know, your full out build. But what I'm not understanding is 500 gear score is not the best. Does that mean I would be buffed right now? 500 gear score is not the best build. Most pieces are good when they're not 500.
The whole point of the normalization was to let more people play together, right? Get people on an even playing field and let them jump in and have fun together no matter where they're at in the game, right? And basically, we're getting rid of really the concept of normalization at endgame. So now, if you're gear score 500, you've recalibrated, you got all your plus 100 bonuses. When you go into any PvP environment, like Conflict or Dark Zone, you're going to have those normalization bonuses. Recalibration bonuses. However, we are keeping the kind of boosting to 500 for everyone below.
One big thing that I actually agree with throughout that whole thing, they're doing this thing where now, when you come into the Dark Zone, I don't know if you're going to be able to pick your activity or if it's just going to happen automatically. But now, when you go into a checkpoint, it's going to automatically match make you into an activity. So let's say I want to go into the Dark Zone to PvP, and hopefully that's a choice. Bro, if it's not a choice to matchmake for Dark Zone PvP, that way everybody that wants to PvP gets put in the same place, it's going to be dumb. So they better have a choice. Once you walk into the checkpoint, it should say matchmake for Dark Zone PvP. That's actually really good because it would put everybody trying to PvP at that moment together in the same lobby. And that way you know that everybody there is trying to fight. But they should also have a option that says Dark Zone PvE. But if you really think about it, PvP players can sneak in there just to go shoot them. So again, I don't know how this is gonna work. But now when you go into a checkpoint, it's gonna automatically matchmake you into lobbies full of people that either are trying to fight or are trying to PvP. So like I said, I don't know how that's gonna work exactly, but I like the idea of them pushing players together to fight each other.
Yeah, it's not a cumbersome thing. It's not even a thing you really opt into. It's just as I walk through, it's just happening immediately. So sometimes you'll walk into a checkpoint and you're already on the best server. You already have the best chance of walking through the gate and being in there with 11 other players. And you'll open up the mega map and you'll see extractions going off and landmarks turning red or maybe a manhunt happening, right? And that just happens seamlessly, same way it does right now. Then sometimes maybe you're on a server where everyone's running missions and there's just no one for you to play with. And that's when we'll kick in this new system. We'll get you server transferred immediately, and you'll be off on your way.
They really didn't talk about the Eagle Bearer. They were scared. They didn't want people to just go off on them, bro. Because if you looked at the chat, everybody was spamming save the Eagle Bearer. If they nerf that gun, bro, it's bye-bye. So overall, I think I'm not against new content. I appreciate all the new stuff they're adding. You know, I'm all for having new stuff to do, whether it be the 2 new Dark Zone events. It's going to be fun, right? When you first see that care package, yo, let's go get that care package. Let's kill everybody on it. Let's take whatever's in there. Even if it's shitty loot, you're going to end up doing it. The new Black Tusk extraction thing where the lights turn red and whatnot, that's also going to be cool, okay? Conflict, the 2 new stuff they're adding, that new game mode, it's gonna be fun when you first play it. People are gonna be there, you know, trying to do the search and destroy game mode. Conflict has a new reward system apparently for the end of the game. The Eagle Bearer nerf is gonna turn off a lot of people. That new Thieves Den vendor thing and the mini map showing you where all the loot's at, all that stuff is cool. New content is good, but new content doesn't stay new for long. You need to add and add and add. That's what keeps a player base, because I don't know if they think that when they add one thing, the game's just gonna stay balanced and everybody's gonna be happy. People are going to get bored. You have to keep adding content, keep adding new game modes, fucking new clothing every week, new something. People need new. Without new, people leave. Why do you think Fortnite is such a popular game? Because there's new every week. There's a new event. There's a new skin. There's a new this. There's a new that. Division needs new to keep you there. It doesn't matter if you nerf the Eagle Bearer. It doesn't matter if you buff it. fucking patch the game, whatever it may be. Change stuff, add stuff, keep adding content, and people will stay. Keep giving people things to do. If you can't do that, people are going to leave. Because like I said, the conflict game mode, cool. The new DC events, cool. But for how long? You need to add stuff. That's it. That's all I gotta say. It's pretty simple. Like, any game that's popular right now, it's because they add stuff on the regular. Every popular game has updates weekly. There's stuff coming in always, and that's why people fucking play it. Anyways, that's all I had to fucking say.